Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? This is Queen Aishah, and thank you for joining me for another dope episode of I Know Dope People with Queen Aishah. And we are at my homegirl's house. My girl, Evelyn C. She incognito. She don't be giving that last name. And I'm in Houston, Texas. This is the suburb, is it Humble, Texas. So I'm here hanging out with my friend Evelyn. She is having this awesome second annual Pretty in Pink brunch. This coming Sunday, the 29th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Central Time. And I'm so honored to be the host for the second time in a row. It's been 2 years, so swipe. 2 out of 2, boo-boo. Yes, so we're going to have a wonderful time. We're going to talk about breast cancer awareness. And Evelyn is a 3-time breast cancer survivor.
3 times a charm.
Yes, and we have Miss Libby, who is joining us. She's in Houston. Miss Libby, you in Houston also? You can bring on screen. Katanya ain't bringing on screen because I'm kind of out of order. But we're going to put on Hey, Miss Libby, how are you?
Hello.
Go ahead.
I am also I'm in Atascocita, Texas, which is also considered Humboldt, Texas.
Okay, because it sounds like y'all, Tascocita sound like it got like alligators running around and y'all eat them.
Sometimes.
I don't eat nothing to eat people. I'm good. Well, thank you both for joining us. I'm bringing you on the screen early, but we're going to go back and I'm going to do my Queen's Quickies. That's why Katanya hesitated. She said to me, you go out of town and you forget how this works. Not true, but I got it. Anyway, so we're going to do Queen Aishah's Quickies real quick, and we're going to come back to our wonderful guest, Miss Libby and Evelyn C. See
what I'm talking about?
So we want to talk about Jada Pinkett Smith. If you don't know, she has a memoir out called Worthy. Hey, Shondell. She has a book out called Worthy. It's been out for about 2 weeks, and it's a lot of chat, a lot of conversation, a lot of things she's discussing and revealing. She's talking about Tupac, people all in a bunch about Tupac. Jada and Tupac don't go together because I go with Tupac. We still a couple. Okay. Till death do us part and then some. So she has a book out. And here's the thing. Will is on tour pretty much with her. So that's kind of like mind your business. We working this out. So all the best to them. Stay out of people's business. Let whatever works for them, let it work. All right. And then I want to share with you all that Richard Roundtree, the awesome actor, Richard Roundtree, may he rest in peace. He passed away at the age of 81. He had a full, fantabulous, fine life. Yes, Shaft. Okay, he was fine in all his stages. Okay, so rest in peace, and our condolences to his family, loved ones, and close friends. Okay. And again, I'll be hosting the Pretty in Pink brunch this Sunday in Houston, Texas. So if y'all want to come through and come check us out, it's a really wonderful event. We're going to talk about that some more during our chat today. So please put your hands together for Evelyn C. and Miss Libby once again. Thank you both for joining me to discuss breast cancer awareness month, which is October, and you both are breast cancer survivors, warriors. So Evelyn, so let me tell you about Evelyn. So I met Evelyn about 20 years ago. About 20 years ago, I was doing a Katrina fundraiser in Washington, D.C. at this club. This was like maybe my second or third one I was doing. And what we did was very unique. I love to brag about this. We were actually giving all the money, food, and clothing to families that were displaced and located in the Washington, D.C. area. So we did our due diligence. We asked around who was in the area from New Orleans, and we made sure that they were there to receive everything that we had raised for them. And Evelyn was at one of the events. at the club. We in the club. At the club, and she came up to me. She's like, "Oh my God, I love you. You're hilarious. Can I have your autograph?" And all that stuff. No, she didn't say all that. But she was like, "You're all right, gal. You're all right." She was like, "I'm having a party for a special friend." And she wanted me to come perform. So I actually came performing. We've been close ever since. She know my mommy. I know her mommy. I know her cheering. And her daughter, Crystal, she will forever be like 17 or 18 to me. Because Crystal's so tiny. You told me she's 33. I'm like, she's always little Crystal to me.
She probably
And then her son, Tony.
Bus fare.
Right, because she looks so young. So, yeah. So, Evelyn, share your story of survival with breast cancer, how you found out about it, how you came through, and how you still press forward. She's such an inspiration.
My first battle at age 32, I found out when my 38 double D's was acting up. I guess they were trying to downsize to a AAA or something. I'm not sure. But anywho, I went to the doctor and I told them I was having pain. And they were like, "No, there's nothing wrong with you. You're young. Da, da, da." I said, "No, something's wrong with me." So me being the person I am, I persisted. So 6 months later, they said, "Okay, we're going to give you a mammogram, an ultrasound," and then they saw a lump. So let's biopsy this. And guess what? I had stage 2 breast cancer. So my 38 double D's was about to come to a baby. So anywho, so I got chemo and radiation, and I thought I was flying high. Fast forward 23 years later, I got a knock say, "Hey!" And I ended up with stage 1 in the right breast. So they removed my breast. I had a mastectomy. Then COVID hit. Another 2 years came by. They said, "Hey, we got stage 3 in the left breast." So I came to Texas 9 years ago and I became breastless in Texas. That's my story.
Thank you,
I'm proud
Evelyn,
to be able to share that with you.
And how did that, like, to make that decision to remove the first breast and then the second breast? Because I remember our conversation when you found out during COVID, and I was just like, it was just heartbreaking for me because it's COVID. You were here by yourself. You know, you didn't have any of your close friends with you.
Given the history of what I had to include lung cancer, they were basically saying it's time to go.
Okay.
Say goodbye to your friends.
And you are such a warrior because we were in COVID and you were going through that. Then you had to have the treatment for the lung cancer before or after?
I had all of it seemed like it just happened.
But just one after the
3
other.
years, it was just like, I'm like, look, I got to the point I told them ain't nothing else for y'all to take, poke, burn. I was just like, look, just let me be free.
Wow.
And we thought Harriet Thumber had a hard time.
I'm not doing this. Anyway, thank you for sharing your story. And Miss Libby, share with us your experience with finding out that you had breast cancer and what that experience was for you and how you pressed through and remained steadfast today.
Okay, well, my breast cancer was found through a regular mammogram. Well, that's how it started. I had a regular mammogram. It came back on the right breast that it needed to be re-mammogram, a more invasive mammogram. So I had that done. And then they requested me to have a needle biopsy. So I had a needle biopsy and it came back that it was positive for breast cancer. And it's been 3 years, 10 months since I've been a survivor. And I chose to have a double mastectomy. So my little girls went away right away. Within, I was diagnosed with breast cancer on November the 14th of 2019. I had my double mastectomy December 16th, a month later, 2019. And when I was first diagnosed, I was at stage 0 to 1. when the cancer was taken out of my body, I was already at stage 2. So it was a
Wow.
very aggressive
Mhm.
cancer. So God be the glory. I did the right thing and had both of them taken and removed because I was developing breast cancer also in my left breast. So I had the double mastectomy with reconstructive surgery. And I never have to worry about having breast cancer again because I have some new 20-year-old girls that are made from my body tissue, my fat from my tummy. Cancer can't live in fat, so the new boobies will not get
Well,
breast.
thank you. I'm sorry.
Oh, that don't make me.
That was
You know
words of
what?
encouragement.
You know what, Libby?
But they're 25-year-old ones now. They're not 60-year-old ones.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I'm not 60.
I'm telling on myself.
Let me ask you, each of you, does breast cancer run in either of your families?
No.
Okay.
No, not in my family either.
Okay. So you don't have an idea of why, how it came about, how you how you, it's like you don't contract it, how you got breast cancer.
What they think is because I served in combat in Desert Storm, they're thinking because I was inhaling that smoke for 4 months, because I still ended up with lung cancer as a result. They just felt like for me to be 32 with cancer the first time, that it had to be what I was exposed to. So I was just sucking up black smoke for 4 months. So that, because even when I had the lung cancer, the same time I had the breast cancer, they said my lungs looked like I smoked 100 pack of cigarettes a day.
Wow.
And I've never had a cigarette. I
And
might have had a lot of smoke, but I ain't had no cigarette.
Okay. Thank you
So
for
I'm
your
just
service.
saying,
Thank you for your
you're
service.
quite welcome.
And Miss Libby, how about you?
Well, it didn't. Breast cancer is not in my family, but after I had breast cancer a year and a half after I was diagnosed, I did have a first cousin. She was also diagnosed.
Oh, wow.
But so I haven't had any of the gene tests done, but just the numbers.
Okay. And Miss Libby, I understand that you're an advocate for educating people on breast cancer. And how do you share the information? How did you get into that? What made you, but were you doing it before you were diagnosed, or did you start doing it after you were diagnosed?
No, I started after I was diagnosed. My really main focus is trying to make women know how important it is to have those mammograms, because it was not for me having the mammogram, and my breast cancer would have gone all the way to stage 4. Who knows if I would have been there. So it's so important that those mammograms get diagnosed early so that you can be on Queen Aishah's show and be talking about being a survivor.
Yes, ma'am. So I think advocating and advocacy, I think education and knowledge is so powerful and important, so we can make greater, healthier, better decisions for ourselves. So for you, Evelyn, you created, because she creates a lot.
I did create I started a nonprofit.
She started a nonprofit, A Changed You.
First, it was Hands in Virginia. It was called Hands.
Right. Hands.
But now I have a for-profit called A Changed You.
A Changed You. And Miss Libby and Evelyn, they are on the planning committee for the event Pretty in Pink that is happening this Sunday. And last year I hosted for the first, it was such a wonderful, I'm not laughing with you, Evelyn. It was such a wonderful event. It was so inspiring, just the community of women that are survivors, that are caretakers, it was just really, and towards the end when people stood up and they shared their stories and then their family members supporting them, it was very, very powerful. And then Evelyn, when you stood up and you spoke, and she cried all my life. So we're looking for another amazing event.
Yes, because
on this Sunday. Yes, we have Brian Lanier. So all her talent, let me go ahead and do all her talent came from the DMV. We have Brian Lanier. He's a sax player, right? A sax player. And when you told him about Queen, he's like, I know Queen. Sing.
It's family.
I've been knowing Brian for like, I think it's over 20 years, just being in the DC entertainment streets.
I'm looking forward to this one.
And he easy on the eyes too. That's important, ladies. So while y'all eating y'all brunch, I'm just telling you, he kind of cute chocolate too.
We'll have some chocolate to look at or some eye candy.
Yeah. Y'all.
We might not even need dessert.
I was just about to
All right, that's right, Miss Libby, because you're making the homemade candy. Are you gonna have homemade candy for us? Because I had some on the plane last year.
Telling my secrets.
Okay, because I know you had snuck some extra ones in my bag last year. I don't know what's gonna happen this year. So yes, it's gonna be an amazing event. We're gonna have raffles. Queen Aishah is hosting and performing. Evelyn actually told me she the host, but I'm the MC. I'm there.
She hosting. She just, it's a mutual agreement.
Right. So Brian will be performing. We'll have great food. We'll have different items for sale, and of course, a lot of information about breast cancer awareness. Checking your breast, ladies. We have to do our breast. Now, I'm not doing it every month, like in the shower, but because I do touch my breast often, I think they still getting checked. Anyway, Miss Libby. No, but I think no.
I got a vision.
No, we have to check ourselves. No, we do. Not even just the breast, like the armpit too, for real. We have to check ourselves. It's important that we really check ourselves. Just check our bodies.
But one thing I would have to say is what symptoms are for one person may not be your symptoms. So it's really important that you first start knowing what your body feels like, looks like. So when you start seeing changes, that's an indication something's wrong. So even though we share our stories and bring awareness, we do that to remind, especially African-American women, how important it is to get checked out. Because we tend to make an excuse for every little thing. We be like, girl, my boobs are hurting me. Girl, you know what? I was in the shower and I hit it. You're making all these excuses. And then by the time you find out, you may be at stage 3, stage 4, about to lose your life. So please, even though we're laughing and joking, it's serious.
Yeah, so we have to make sure and not just with the breast, just checking our bodies, period. I think just going, I enjoy going to the doctor. I don't miss a doctor's appointment. It's something I'm supposed to do. Like, now I ain't going to tell you a few weeks ago when they gave me that shingle shot, but that's a whole nother situation. I told you that story.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we got to make sure we take care of ourselves. Breast cancer awareness is very important, very imperative. And now we have this whole thing going on with the relaxers in the hair. And Black women, we relax our hair. And it's a lot of breast cancer and a lot of cancers that are supposedly developing from that. So let's make sure that we're taking care of ourselves, that we're checking on our loved ones. We're encouraging them to get checked. I think that now it's like with mammograms, is it every 2 years or something? But you can do it every year.
If you don't have any family history. Some doctors would say, every 2 years if nothing abnormal. Family history, they want to see you.
I go every year because I got insurance, and no, for real, I'm serious.
I go every year. I was going every year myself.
Yes, so, it's not in my family, but I still go. It's in my insurance. I pay for it.
Yes. And some women don't go and have their mammograms because they can't afford it. Because they don't have the insurance for it. But there are so many resources out there that will help you get a free mammogram. So just reach out. You can reach out to Evelyn or myself, and we can put you in contact with organizations that can help you get a free mammogram.
If it's in
And
Texas, yes.
and say if it's
In Texas.
if they're not able to reach out to either of you and they're able to Google, do they start with like Susan? Is Susan B.
No,
Komen or
angel surviving cancer. Start there
Cancer.
is
first.
that all around the country?
No, there's some that in lieu. Look, I can't disclose the other ones, but there are other agencies
Mm-hmm.
Agencies.
because we're
Yes.
part of an agency, and I wouldn't want to be talking about
But we
another
saving
entity.
lives.
We are
So
saving lives. There's the
so
Sisters Network.
mm-hmm.
I'm talking about African American.
Mm-hmm.
So there's
Yes.
this network, which is a national organization. And then within Texas, there's two, the Sisters Network and Angel Surviving Cancer.
Angel survivor.
I just don't know in other states. That's what I'm trying
Right.
to say.
So
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
if we do a
Yeah.
research, let's always start with
Yeah.
like your county, your city for like what is it like public health
Mhm.
awareness or something
Public
like
health.
that.
Local hospital also have,
Mhm.
if you're in the Texas area, they have Memorial Herman that has a new program for African American. They have free mammograms. So there are a lot of services here in Texas. So that's why I said we would have to say based on your local area,
Mhm.
it'd be nice to start with
Yes.
the public health department
Mhm.
because they also might have resources to where you can get free mammogram. There's agencies even after you have breast cancer that would actually give you free prostheses. So there are stuff out there. You just have to just start with your local health department and work your way up.
Okay. So what are some things that we can are there things that we can do, foods that we can avoid? Of course, smoking, uh, to avoid getting breast cancer or to
Um,
combat it.
I wouldn't say in my situation, I was vegetarian for 27 years, and
Mhm.
that's when they realized it's probably mine was more external. But I think personally, if you have no family history, and you know that maybe your weight's a factor, and you're trying to lose weight, and try to eat a little bit more healthy. But what they say, put a lot of green because those are being seen.
Mhm.
So if you focus on that and get some exercise and stay positive and reduce your stress, it's okay to say no to those folks that are taking up your time.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, those are some of the things that can at least start there. Build a foundation. This is my advice. Build a foundation to figure out who you are and how healthy you ought to be and want to be. And then that way, when people are coming into your space and taking away from your energy, you know how to say no because your health is priority one.
Mhm.
So that is my advice because I know how to say no.
Now, with you know how to say no, have you always been able to say no, or with your health challenges with having breast cancer made you just like, hold on?
No, I was always a no person.
It was a complete sentence
Hmm.
always for you.
Because I'm not. I always felt if I'm not healthy, because I was a mother. If I wasn't healthy, my kids can't have nobody to take care of them. So I had to be able to say no to the
Mhm.
kids as well. But you have to figure out what do you want out of life. If you want to stay healthy and you got friends or people just taking energy and you're stress is going to lead to your body not being able to fight illnesses and diseases. So that's why I would say you need to figure out how to stay healthy. And then your body can then fight whatever it comes.
Mhm.
There's things that are going to happen if it's in your family, but at least if your body's strong enough, like I've had breast cancer 3 times and lung cancer once. And when people look at me, they're like, how in the world? I said, because I know the letter NO. I'm just saying.
And Miss Libby, yes. And Miss Libby, what are some of the things that you advice that you would offer and things that you changed in your life regarding your health?
Regarding my health after breast cancer, I really was not a big person to exercise. But after the breast cancer, I walk now 3.6 miles a day. I just 2 months ago, I signed up to learn how to swim, taking swimming lessons. I go to the gym and I do a low impact weight class.
Mhm.
So I'm getting out there trying to stay healthy, do exercise. And I agree with Evelyn 100%. If you have toxic people in your life, you have to fire them
Mm.
and and just not be around people that stress you out. You shouldn't be under any kind of stress. Stress will really make you sick. I don't live a stress-free life. I live a happy life, and just can't wait to wake up in the morning to go to get in the to see what's going to happen that day.
So, Miss Libby, you had to fire some people out of your life because you don't
Oh,
look like you don't look like you fire. This is what I get from Miss Libby. That she is nice, she is intelligent, but it seemed like it'll take a lot for you to like really fire somebody and send them off with a piece of your delicious candy.
Well, I wouldn't say. Well, I didn't have toxic people in my life to begin with.
Okay.
I've never really had toxic people in my life to begin with. If they become toxic, they did get fired. But even while I was going through the breast cancer, I never really had toxic people in my life. So, and I never was really under any kind of stress.
Okay.
So, yeah, I've had.
She said, "Butter." I will say, yes.
Yes. I've been blessed to have positive people in my life. And that little lady that's sitting by you, that's my sister from another mother. I have to remind her I'm her elder, though. She gets out of line a little bit.
Yes, yesterday you were handling her. What? Okay, she wanted something, and then
You know what?
We love her though.
Business. You see how they do?
I know Evelyn is you're both inspirations. And Evelyn, Miss Libby, I met you last year, and it's just smile. Even on yesterday when you came by, Miss Libby's smile was just so beautiful and so warm. And she was checking you on your elders, respecting your elders. But Evelyn is such a sweetheart. Like, what did I tell you? I said, Evelyn, you got your refrigerator packed like 5 people live here. It's like she got Caribbean and Southern stuff going on. I'm like, it's just like it's a lot in the refrigerator. How do you got seeds and marshmallows? Those two don't even go together.
You can't go hungry.
Yes. So, but Evelyn, she is such a creative person. She's a creative person. She's always creating something. She was up till like 3 this morning. And when I woke up at 7, she was back up. An alarm went off. And when I said, she's like, oh, I took an alarm off when we move around. You're doing too much. Anyway, so we are preparing for Sunday. We're super duper excited for Sunday.
Yes,
I came in early. I said I wanted to hang out with my friend, spend some time together so I wouldn't just be coming in real quick and leaving. I think that great friendship is just really imperative that we just love on each other, acknowledge one another, and support one another the best that we can. So I'm just honored to be here with you. And we have fun and we laugh at the silliest things, as you can see. And to go in her backyard, she wouldn't allow me to go in her backyard with my shoes off and then come to her house. So I said, oh, Evelyn, I want to ground shit. I seen skunks and stuff in my backyard. So she told me today, if you want to go out there with your shoes off, then you can. But you put the wipes by the door and you wipe your feet off when you come in my house. I told her what I wanted for a salad, and it was the dopest thing. She went outside and she got me some scallions from her garden. She got me I love basil. Like, she pulled basil out, mint. What else?
A little bit of love, and I made her some. Why is she gonna talk about it?
So I told her I wanted a goddess dressing from Costco. Costco got the cold one that means that it's very rich because it has to say fresh. It doesn't last but 7 days. Then they have the one you can get off the shelf. It's brown. I ain't want to get into that with her, but she made it, and I said, Evelyn, you making pesto? Because she's like, no, because it ain't got no pine nuts and da-da-da. But it came out so delicious. And it's a big thing. And I think she's trying to get me to put some in my suitcase.
Yeah.
She's like, Aisha, if you freeze some and it has a consistency, when you get back home, you can use this and this can be dressing at your house. So she makes everything. Evelyn is Trinidadian and her mom is here. Her mother brought a whole suitcase. Like she come from foreign. Just suitcase with herbs and spices and cooked food, bread, bun, all them things. That's just a suitcase. That wasn't it with her clothes. That was just those things.
She had 3 suitcases.
Did she? Coming from the Bronx. For real?
Mm-hmm.
Only.
I put my order in because she don't come often. So I'm like, Mom, can you pick up some cinnamon, some, stuff that's real. The stuff you buy sometime in these stores, they know it ain't real.
Yeah, so when she's away from the East Coast, she don't know if she's gonna find it here.
Yeah,
So we're gonna have an amazing time the rest of this week and an awesome time on Sunday. Ladies, what else can we share? How can we need to sell some more tickets. Sandy, I see you here. You asking me if I'm in Houston. I'm here. So y'all can buy tickets. If you know someone that's in Houston and you have my number, my information, you have Evelyn or Miss Libby's information, hit us up if you're watching in real time or later on time. There's still some tickets available. Because I'm talking about get tickets. And I'm like, is it tickets available? So make sure y'all get y'all tickets. My homeboy, Glenn Jackson. I don't know if Glenn would like me to call him his homeboy. But yes, Glenn Jackson in the building. And I said, Glenn, I want you to come out and hang out with me. And I said, Glenn, I'm buying you a ticket. And he's bringing somebody else. So that's what it's about. Candace, come through. Okay. Sandy, she got all these names. Make sure you come through. We're in the same city. Buy a ticket. If you can't come, I think she caters. So if you can't come, make sure you gift it to someone. And we're going to have an awesome, 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 awesome time.
I'm excited.
We are excited. We got a lot of y'all can't even see what's going on in this room. We're getting it done.
We're working it out.
Yes. The audience, the attendees are going to be very impressed.
I like special touches with my events.
She's very creative and she's very thoughtful and she spares no expense on Amazon.
I'm laughing because I know she shops.
And I had to make a major purchase since I was here. And it wasn't expensive. Then I had to get something else. She was like, I'm gonna ban you from Amazon. I was like, I needed these things. I gotta make sure I change my address back to my address because I don't want to be ordering them when I leave it. Start coming to your house.
See, when somebody said you order from Amazon, I said, no, that's my personal shopper.
Boom. So what encouragement will we offer to someone that is either they just found out they have breast cancer, they have a family member that is dealing with breast cancer, just finding out? What encouragement would you ladies offer to them, and speak to community, how important community for breast cancer survivors is?
From my experience, I always tell people, if you don't have a support like your immediate family living with you, pick the friends that you know that literally will do what you need at the time. Mm-hmm. In other words, you don't need a friend saying, well, girl, remember when you were smoking, now you got cancer? That's not the energy you need when you're sick. So go through your friend, you have a Rolodex, you have a Friendodex. Mm-hmm. You go through them and if you have something that you need and that person's there for you. Like she said, we've been friends for almost 20 years. I could call her up even though she lives in Maryland and she can.
Where I live?
Well, I'm saying when I met you, you was living in Maryland. I know you live in Georgia. I'm just saying. But my advice would be, seriously, when you have somebody, be specific with the type of help you need. Mm. Don't assume they know what you need. So, for example, if you need somebody to go to the groceries and your friend don't have a car, don't be asking them to go to the groceries. Mm. Because be prepared, because then they'll I'm being real. Don't make me laugh.
You be like, I can Instacart for you.
But be specific with your need, because they can't assume what kind of need you. If you just want somebody to listen to you, just say, Queen, I'm just calling. I just want you to listen to me today, because that will help you get through what you're going through, because you have to be specific to what your needs are. And if you're not sure what your need is, ask your friend, what are they open to? If you want to be, hey, can I be your punching bag? Could you be my punching bag? Like if I call and I just want to just scream in your ear, are you allowing that? Be specific and it will go a long way. And that's for family too. Say no to some of them if they're draining you and telling you what you did and what you didn't do. That's not healthy.
And what are some of the, Miss Libby, and what would you add to that?
I would say that you also need to, if you know anyone that has gone through breast cancer, for myself, I did reach out to my mother that had went through breast cancer a year before I was diagnosed, and she was an absolute angel. She helped me make sure I had the right questions for the doctor. And she was my prayer warrior, my support with, she helped me along the way, navigating through breast cancer. You really need to find a person that you can relate to and talk to about breast cancer, someone on your level that you can relate to and talk to. And like Evelyn said, if you need help, reach out, be specific about your help, the help you need. And the friends that you can really rely on that'll help you. And a lot of times they'll say, just let me know what you need, but you really have to let them know.
And how important is it as far as finding your joy through the journey, finding your happiness, doing things that you love, or finding new things to kind of lift your spirits, distract you, if you will?
Well,
Like walking, bike riding,
all of the above. But then you find that you might find something that you enjoy. Like every time I got chemo, I went walking in the park, and people would look at me, tell me, didn't you just get chemo? I said, yeah, but it's so relaxing to be able to walk in the park. And I think for me, even when I was getting chemo, my doctor would say, you don't even look like you're getting chemo. I said, what am I supposed to look like? So I lived my life like I was not getting chemo, but I still took precaution and rest. But I enjoyed going and getting the fresh air and just, that was my little moment between my spiritual leader and my I just call him my outside leader too, because you need fresh air. You don't want to come back home and just sit there and look at the walls. So you just have to find something that bring you peace and calm. And I always say you got to be still. If you ever watch a butterfly, it sits for a while, do what it got to do, then it flies. And I always say that's what you need when you're a cancer survivor. You got to sit for a while when you got to rest. But when you're able to do something, do it.
Yes. And for myself, I actually went through my journey in 2000, my main journeys, 2020, with more surgeries. And so that was the year of the pandemic. So I was pretty much quarantined to my home. I didn't let very many people visit, couldn't have very many people in and out. But what I did for myself, I know how to crochet. So I did crochet blankets for some of my sisters, for my breast cancer sisters, and I was able to donate some blankets for angels surviving cancer for some ladies that were diagnosed same time with me or after me. And also Zoom is a wonderful thing. I was able to Zoom with my son lives in San Antonio. My daughter was in Beaumont at the time, so was able to communicate with family via Zoom. Make sure you have that connection with your family. Even if you can't, you have them around you. Use Zoom. Use FaceTime. It's important that you still have that relationship with family members and friends.
And speaking of relationship, if you have a partner, a husband, a spouse, a boo, it's going to be hard for them because they're so used to you being a woman, what they perceive as a perfect woman. You need to have that chat with that person and explain, hey, I'm not going to be the same physically, but that doesn't mean I'm a changed person. And you guys have to figure out what your new normal is, because I have met people along the way that literally their mate have left because of breast cancer. And, to have to already be going through cancer and now you have a man, I just say a significant other not supporting you, is vital to also your recovery and just how you think about it. Because if you have that negative connotation with cancer, then you live your life in anger all the time because you're like, man, I got cancer. I lost my friend. I lost my significant other. So that's another part when we think about the support system, is have that conversation and make sure that you guys both understand the ramification of the after effect. Because living without breasts is some people can't handle that. And
And one thing I wanted to add, Evelyn, the butterfly is your thing.
Yes.
And the way you described it as far as a butterfly being still before moving on. And and it does that, never paying attention to you just said it. I think that's powerful. The other thing I wanted to bring up, my friend, when you were going through your chemotherapy during the pandemic, Evelyn, this is when I say she's an inspiration. She made all of her green drinks, whatever it was that she knew that she had to do to get her energy back up from the chemo. She had it with her for every treatment, and she would take it right after. So her body would, let's say, bounce back quicker, recover quicker. So I think that was important. What was some of the drinks you were making?
Well, I would always do a vegetable smoothie. I always had coconut water because that's replacing my electrolytes. So every time I was getting chemo in one arm, I was in there with my little food. I had fruits, and they would look at me because I literally was packing a lunch like I was in a school grade, but I made sure that I was putting in enough nutrient to combat the chemo that was coming into my body. And I think that literally helped because they were shocked. I wasn't eating in junk food. I was just like, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to go all the way in, because I had already battled cancer twice. And I knew this one was a little harder because I was still recovering from my lung cancer. So not only was I recovering from the lung cancer, now they're telling me you got stage 3 breast cancer. And it was worse because they took 36 lymph nodes. So I had no use to my arm. For the first time, I was 56 and I had to get a home health aid because I couldn't even move my arm to wash my body. But as soon as I was able, I was like, peace.
I remember that. Yeah, she was like, I don't need that.
Yeah, I was like, I appreciate you because I know God know I couldn't do it. But that's why I said I know what it means to ask for help, because when I couldn't do it, I asked for help. When I was strong enough, I was very appreciative, and I said, now it's for me to, and that's what a butterfly does. You see it looking ugly, hanging upside down, and when it get beautiful, grown and can do stuff, it flies around and it brightens everybody's day. So I think I'm always feel like I'm a butterfly.
And you never know what the butterfly went through to go from the caterpillar to the butterfly.
So that's what I always
the
tell
journey.
people, and that everything I do is butterfly everywhere.
And Queen, and Queen, I have to tell you about that butterfly. That butterfly is my family's name, Papillon.
Okay.
So I think so. We have that connection, Evelyn and I.
Okay. Awesome.
Yes.
What are some of the things, Miss Libby, you did to, I guess, boost your immune system, get yourself back to recovery quick during your treatment?
Well, my recovery took a good almost 2 years because I had 3 different surgeries. But after my surgeries, like I said, the main thing was doing the exercising, getting the exercising. Now I am more drinking the green teas and doing the cleansing and doing smoothies. Not so much the vegetable smoothies. I rather the fruit smoothies with a little bit of vegetables in it. I still haven't gotten to the point where I'm just going to do the vegetable smoothie. I have to have some fruit in there.
Yes, I understand. Some just some kale and some spring. Mix it up.
Put collards in there.
Kale and
I'm okay with spinach and kale with my fruit.
It's green until it's been seen.
I'm not doing it. So, ladies, thank you both so much for coming on Queen Aishah's I Know Dope People. I Know Dope People with Queen Aishah for Breast Cancer Awareness Month in October. Yes. And I thank you both for allowing me. I'm humbled that you are called me back for a second time to host, because last year I had an amazing time, darling. I did. And then we're going to have the same pastor do the prayer, because
Sister Odessa,
Sister Odessa. Yes, she is.
I love her. Sister Odessa did a long prayer, and I said, Sister Odessa, we need the Thanksgiving abbreviated prayer.
She's going to have the Thanksgiving one this year.
Sister Odessa was so cool because I think she said she's from Jersey or she lived in Jersey. Honey, she did that.
She lived in Jersey.
She prayed for 20 minutes.
She
I said,
lived
wait a minute. She said, Sister Odessa, please abbreviate the prayer. Bless your heart. Says we're going to have a wonderful time. We get to laugh. Yes, Michaela, celebrating 1 year cancer free. My friend
Yes.
also goes by Aisha. Thank you, sweetie. Yes, great information. Thank you. Thank you. So, yes, I'm looking forward to Sunday. We're going to have a wonderful time, and it's pretty in pink, and we got our pink outfits together and everything. I had to put my shirt on today to support the survivors. Thank you for my shirt. Yeah. So yes, so I have my outfit together on Sunday. Evelyn's supposed to be him in my pants. I might go and just let them be long like that because I don't think she's gonna have time.
I don't have time. You know, I stay up late.
I don't know if y'all know, but I'm spoiled. I have some really great friends that do really great things. Like I'm a great friend that do great things too. But I'm like, okay, she gonna hit my pants and she gonna do that, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, you can tell me what I did for you with your mask.
Oh, you made me mask.
I know.
Right, and you made my mask. You sent me some blondies because you know we was COVID and we was snacking up, snack. Yeah, but she sent me some. I ate something. She put them in. I had them in the freezer. Then I was like, okay, because I had so much of everything. I was over it, and I was like,
okay, it's okay.
But we're gonna have some more this weekend. But yes, so thank you, ladies. I appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for watching in real time and later on time. If you know someone that is a breast cancer survivor, someone that was just diagnosed, please share this video and any other information that will help them. And just let's all just love and support one another wherever we are and whatever stage of our lives that we are in. Sometimes it gets challenging, but we are here for one another, period. All right. Yes. Peace and blessings, Evelyn and Miss Libby. Evelyn, I'll see you on Sunday. See you later today too. Miss Libby, I'll see you in person on Sunday. And it was so great seeing you yesterday. I was looking at your hair. I said, Miss Libby got that beautiful hair. You know what? There's something about the water. I don't know if it's the water or the pancakes, but y'all hair got that whole bounce like Candy from Escape. They just got that good hair. You know, like mine like that, but you get it. Anyway. Thank you so much, Katanya. Thank you so much for checking us out. We are live here in Houston, Humble, Texas with my girl, Evelyn C. and Miss Libby down the street somewhere and around the corner. Sending love, peace, and blessings to all of the breast cancer survivors. Love on yourself. Please take care of yourself. Peace and power. One love. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.